Yo, what is up, everybody? It's the dude, it's the rebel, it's the guy that steps to the next level. It is me, Keenan Sargent, aka Level 92. Welcome, everybody, to another KeeKlip episode. This is KeeKlip number 52. Yes, 52 clips, and we're still running. And hopefully, we can try to aim for 75, and hopefully, it'll be good. So, on the last episode that we watched, first off, still on the coverage of Pixel Pop. Y'all need to watch that. That was pretty good. Had an awesome time. And for people that are gamers and collectors, I advise you to watch it. Remember, that's number 50. So, anyways, back to what I was trying to say. We have seen 51. Basically, just a life on like how I became a gamer when I started with N64, and now I'm ending up with more consoles now. So I've basically been playing for a whole lifetime. And then I gave it up 1 year, but hey, I was kind of dumb on that. So now I'm back on track. So, for today's KeeKlip 52, this is probably one of the most gracious things I can also own. And one of the luckiest finds I can actually see at a thrift store. So, ladies and gentlemen, ColecoVision, Intellivision, and Atari were great consoles. But this one was even greater. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nintendo Entertainment System. So, from 1985 to now, this is still a great console. Yes, this here is the official remade and probably refurbished Nintendo Entertainment Console. And this actually comes a long way. Storyline, if I can remember right. So, once again, you know, with Atari, you know, that's probably like the only console next to Intellivision and ColecoVision. And first off, if I own one, if I could find one, I'd probably buy that. It's pretty nice. With the first coming up with 3 different Ataris, as we all know, the 2600, a 5200, and the one that's really kind of iffy was the 7800. You know, they came up with a good line of games, and I forgot what year it was, but apparently they were plummeting down, and they were about to close. But before I actually get to more than that, the Intellivision, as you guys remember, the Intellivision and ColecoVision, they're kind of like the same console, of course, it's different names. Now with that, the Atari only goes, it has a joystick controller and one action button. Now the Intellivision and the ColecoVision, they're basically just like TV remotes, but for the Intellivision, you have like certain slides for certain games. So you slide in there, and then the buttons are performing different things, and you have a rotating disc for both controllers. Now those are only out for a while, and I think they kind of make a Mach 2, but we're not going to get into that because, But anyways, so a company known as Nintendo, they wanted to help with the Atari making some more games. Apparently, Atari backed away from that deal, and so it was up for Nintendo, you know, to make their own console. And if I remember the name right, correct me if I'm wrong. It was in Japan. A man known as Yamauchi. He owned Nintendo, and during that time, Mr. Miyamoto, he actually designed the first ever Nintendo console. Now it was not this, but just understand that Nintendo was it was basically a Japanese company. So in Japan, they made the first console known as the Nintendo Famicom. Small, it was way smaller than this. I'll probably say the size of a Super Nintendo. You know, it's very compact. It came with 2 controllers that's actually hooked onto the console, and all the games were Japanese. So then that was only released in Japan, not really released in America yet. So anyways, during that time, it sold like 1 million units in Japan back in the day. And so they had to come up with an American version. So there was 2 guys that's from Nintendo America. They designed this thing, and I think they showed it at an exhibit one, and you know, to get people's attention. Apparently nobody really liked it that much. But then what did they do? Because I remember it was off another review, or it's off another video I remember seeing, and they started to make other gadgets with it. And I remember one of the games that they did of course, everybody knows was Super Mario. But I think before that, they had another game. But I remember something that they made to go along with this thing. It was known as Rob. And if to some of you, if you remember playing Super Smash Brothers, the ROB, he was the first robotic Nintendo game. And they had a game for it. It was called Gyromite. And it takes forever to try to complete because the thing was, it wasn't really fast. It was kind of a slow robot. But but either way, he was made for the entertainment system. And the controller, this is really basic. I don't know why this, but this was the NES controller. It's really basic controlling. Has a small, just regular rectangle. You got your D-pads and you have your action buttons. You have the start button and you have the select button. Never really knew what the select does, but it's pretty small. Just like you would for a Super Nintendo controller, but on for that one, it had 4 buttons and it had back buttons. This is just a regular regular thumb controller. Yeah, other ones you have to use your other fingers as well. Yeah, so right. So after some more developing, people kind of saw it to be a great console, and they probably sold like a good couple of units. And they sold a great couple of games. I remember, like I said, we already talked about Super Mario. We have talked about, there's also other games like Zelda. They did Donkey Kong. They did all the people that you see in Super Smash Brothers, they came from here. Also like Metroid, Excitebike, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Ice Climbers, and some other great other library games. So so then, like I said, it was launched in America. It became one of the great consoles from 1985 to now. So so far, we've seen the NES, we've seen the Super Nintendo, we've seen 64, and before 64, it was called the Ultra 64. But then that was released in Australia, so of course they changed the names. And like I said, but so forth, just beyond a doubt, Nintendo actually came a long way, and they would have started out with Atari, but Atari backed it out. Yamauchi decided to make his own game console. Miyoda started designing it, and of course, Japan had the Famicom, but we had this guy. So it's like I said, I'm actually glad to find this at a thrift store. I was gonna say Savers for about $30. Now I'm still thinking like, come on, why? Okay, first off, it was cool that you donated, but I mean, you're gonna donate a really nice system like this. If it were me, not really the tight-fisted type, but I would like sell this if I had the chance because it's a great console. I mean, it's nice. And also, yeah, before I get to this, now as y'all know, in some TVs they have like the components where you can go to play games. You have your AV1s, AV2s, component 2s, and all that. This one's different. Instead of actually doing that back in the day, TVs always had knobs, and of course just the antennas for the back. So you need to get one of these, unless you can find a way to hook this up to TV with the AVs on it. But you have to get one of these. This is a Nintendo RF switch. So right here, this would be plugged into your TV. Your antenna will go right here. Now this really long cord, not done yet. This right here goes to the back of your NES. So it's kind of like what Atari did. But that one right there, that was just a box. But this right here, Nintendo had its own box. It's pretty nifty, And then like you turn your TV to channel 3 or 4. You turn it on, and pow, you got your game going. But yeah, I swear to God, this is like a long extension cord for something like this. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this here we have just talked about the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. I'm pretty sure my timeline is wrong. There's other reviews that explain it better. Go check them out. But we're not done. Now, as you know, controllers. As far as the controller goes, this is pretty great. The they also made some accessories for the NES alongside with this thing. So let's take a look at this first. Recently just bought the Nintendo Zapper. This right here, this is a pretty nifty. It was a pretty nifty, controller to use. I should have mentioned it early. If y'all remember, the competition for Nintendo was, of course, Sega. So once the NES came out, the Sega Master also came out, and they also did the same thing. The controller was designed the same. They also had a gun. I don't know what they call it, but it kind of looked exactly the same like this. But this right here, this is pretty smooth. Has your regular trigger, and the games I know that goes great with this, as y'all know, is Duck Hunt and another game called Hogan's Alley. Now, Hogan's Alley is basically like a regular shooting arcade. You know, just shooting bad guys and protecting the people. Duck Hunt, you shooting ducks, but you gotta watch out for the dog because he will laugh at you if you fail. And this is pretty nice. If you take a look at the inside, I don't know how they did it, but apparently, if you can see the hole, the hole right there, if you shoot at a TV, it starts flashing. Now, of course, I don't know if it works for flat screen TVs today, but I think that's like, it's some sort of sensor in there. We're gonna go deep in there. It's kind of a sensor in there, and it kind of reads where you're shooting at on the TV, just like you would say if you was playing Time Crisis at your original arcade or games like that. And it kind of detects. It's kind of like a reflection, like a reflector or so. But yeah, this is pretty. Like I said, it's pretty good. And not only did it come up with orange on this, they also have a gray version as well. I don't know what kind is better, but I kind of like the orange. You know, kind of brings out some color in it. So we got one more accessory. Now this right here, I have seen on a AVGN, one of the AVGN episodes. He did the NES accessories. You need to watch that. It's pretty good. Now this one, I would never think this actually could be worth having as a controller, plus a zapper combined with it. But I don't know, some of you, for some reason, might be the first time seeing this, but I actually found this once again at another Savers, the same week as I bought the NES. Now, for one, it's kind of weird to me, but hey, it's part of a good collection. This right here is the Konami Laser Scope. So it comes with this zapper-like thing. It has your reflective glass. The switch. You can either use it as a regular stereo system or NES as a single and turbo. I really never knew what this part was. Missing a knob right here. And it has your, I was going to say 360, but have the 180 degree microphone. And basically, I don't know what game it goes for it, but simply you strap it onto your head. Have the microphone right there. And the way this works, like say if Duck Hunt, if that was accurate, you would look at the object through this blue screen. Yeah, the blue screen doesn't really do anything, but what you do, you look at the blue screen and then you try to follow the duck, and then all you do is say fire or whatever else to the microphone. It shoots the duck down. There you go. Like I said, I forgot the other game that came with this, or that was suitable for this type of controller. But if I remember it, but this right here, it was kind of a weird controller, just because, you know, it's something that you can wear in your head. But yeah, also has the same input as the regular controller, and also just to make it work functionally, you have to plug in this. This right here will go to the Nintendo, and of course this right here just be for your regular input of any other electronic device. I would actually wear this if I was going out somewhere. You know, if I'm wearing like some Nintendo gear, you know, this has to be great. But of course, this thing you can actually detach, and then you can just have just regular headphones. This kind of actually looks like one of those kind of looks like a device that you see like a telemarketer would wear, or like someone like in a office and they'd be speaking through the microphone. If I did, I'll use this. People would not know what it is. And people, I think there was like a couple people that knew what it was when I was at Pixel Pop, because I was wearing my 1-Up mushroom and 1-Up backpack. It's pretty great. So, and it kind of doesn't really hurt your head a little bit, but this is a rare controller. Once again, found this at a thrift shop for I think about $7, I believe. But yeah, and there was one more. If I had a Power Glove, I would show this on this episode, but of course I don't. But ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have just went over the NES system. Great system to have. Great system that I found, plus some other things, and the other stuff like the Zapper I found at V-Stock. But yes, also like I said, I should mention this first. Right here, this would be your audio. That's your video. For I think that's for I think I'd have like another cord for that. But no, I remember it's always back here. Right there, that would be for your power, and then this right here would be for the switch box, or no, vice versa. And right here, that's where you can turn your channel to. You can have it on channel 3 or channel 4. Channel 3 is always the best for it. And the way the game works, you open the door, and right here, this is actually spring action. So you press down on this thing, hear a clicking noise. You put it in here, push down, push the power on, pow. You got your games going. Let's back up. So, yes, now we've officially covered the whole NES system. And on my next KeeKlip, I will find myself a good game. I got a couple. And I think it's going to be something that everybody knows. So, that will do it, ladies and gentlemen, for number 52 of my KeeKlips. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not, like I said, I know my timeline was a little bit wrong, maybe. But there's other reviews, other videos that actually probably tell it better. Y'all need to go watch those. But until then, y'all can like and comment on the video. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to my page. Y'all can find me on Facebook. I'm Keaton Sargent. Or go to facebook.com/DoLover92. The same way with Instagram and on Twitter. DoLover92 right there. And until next time, I'll see y'all. Want to see y'all. Peace out.